am Dory Joe Stowell, and it is Monday night. We're going to do some crafting and chatting. Hopefully, answer any questions you might have. I don't know what that said. I am here on YouTube at Prairie Scraps and on Facebook at Prairie Scraps. I do have a special VIP group. It is called Prairie Scraps Chalking. So find me in all the places. Make sure you do all the things. Like reaching here. Gotta put things away. I've got like everything out. I've been kind of on a cleaning binge. You guys get that way? I usually do it earlier in January and not this time around. Gosh, what is with the trucks in my neighborhood? I don't know. Okay, so all right. We are going to be doing some apothecary jars. So make sure when you come in, if you are watching this first part and you don't see that live button, the live, put hashtag replay so I know you were here. Make sure you do all the things. I'm on YouTube and Facebook, and you can help me out. It's my small business, a little crafting business. If you want anything from this particular project, just go ahead and put jars down below, and I will get you all the supply list that you need. Well, I did some thrifting, so I can't unfortunately get you that, but I can give you some ideas. Anyway, if you are watching on my page, I redid my front entryway. We redid that, and sorry, I'm like finding things in weird places here. And anyway, it started with doing Christmas decorations. I finally got them all put away, and then it just kind of cleared out some of that back storage room, so I got a peek at things, and I found a jar that I had done for craft fairs, I think last year, and never found it again because it's been buried ever since. So this has been staying back there. This is a Dollar Tree jar, and I just put joy on there, and then you can fill it with hot cocoa or whatever and sell it that way, or candy. And actually, I did one with Santa that I etched, and it didn't do so great. And I don't know if this might not come off, but I'm going to try. So that is my goal this evening, is to try to get this off. I think I want to say I did it in chalk, but maybe I did. I don't know. I don't remember taking this apart to bake it, to make the ink. So that's my hope, is that I can get it off. And even if it was baked, sometimes because my ink is old, if I scratch it, and I think I might be able to get it off of the glass. It's not fail safe. Etching is much better. And that was the other thing. I was hoping I could find my lacquer pencil. I don't know. I had it at Christmas. I don't know where it went. So anyway, it's always an adventure here in Prairie Scraps. And then this one, actually, I really love this one, but I also need this size I love this one because it fits candy canes exactly. And I made this cute little candy cane on here. This is actually chalk. So I know this one's going to come off. So I took off the lid. This lid, I don't even think it goes with it, but I got it at the thrift store for like 75 cents 2 years ago at our local thrift store. I can't do in reverse, but hopefully we can get that off. I've got an idea, because I want this one for the size, because do you guys ever have that? Like, I don't know. I have teenagers. So, teenage girls, and they're in one bathroom, and my one daughter has been sick for like over a month now, and so she keeps going in and emptying out all the cabinets underneath the sink for all the medicine. Oh yeah, this might have been ink, but I don't know what it is. I may have clear coated it. I don't even know. Anyway, it's scratching off with my scraper, so we're gonna go with it. This is on the jar. Here, I'll put you down a little bit. Sorry. So you can see what I'm doing. But I just scraping it off. Glass, that's the one nice thing about, when you use chalk or ink, it could come off. Why in the world Don't know what's going on with Facebook, so please come back. I'm planning on being here, so Facebook hopefully will cooperate. But anyway, our chalks, even like, unless you really scratch it, it's not going to come off. Audio isn't bright. Finish the live stream and start again. I will be right back. I apologize. No. Stay with me. Stay with me on Facebook. Anyway, so chalk paste is gonna, if you work at it, it'll come off. You can use a board eraser on it, it'll come off, or scrape at it. Here, I'm just kind of getting it wet to reactivate it, and then getting it off, and it's gonna come off. But we are going to etch this. What in the world? Why? I have been fine. I don't know what is going on. I apologize. It's always something. It's always something. Always something. I wonder if we're Wi-Fi. Bet I'm not in the trailer. Wonder why I only have, oh, there it is, 5. I am hardwired on the computer, which is where YouTube is, and then I am on internet Wi-Fi on my little phone. But I think because I got a new phone, that maybe it hadn't switched over to the trailer, because I've got 2 lines in the trailer, and going again. All right, let's get us turned around. Yep. Let's check. And unfortunately, for some reason, I need voice enhancements on. Okay, done. And go live. Okay, we are trying this again. What I was saying is, I think I did chalk on this, so it's just kind of scraping off. If you, in like everyday life, touch your chalk and you don't have it sealed, it's most likely not going to come off. But as you can see, I'm kind of wetting it down and letting it activate, and then I'm using a scraper to scrape it off. And then even one step further, I could use a board eraser to try to get it off, which is kind of like a magic eraser. So anyway, this is a little jar that I have from Dollar Tree that I'd used a couple years ago, and it didn't sell at my craft fair. I don't even know if maybe I did them and didn't even finish them. I don't know the story behind it, so I apologize. Make sure you let me know you were here. Put #replay if you are watching on the replay, and say hello. I apologize if you are on Facebook. I am Dory with Prairie Scraps, Dory Jo Stoll. And I apologize if you got kicked out. I don't know what was going on, but we're back. We're going to give it a go again. So this is the one jar I'm going to use. I'm going to use these in my bathroom because the girls are like, I noticed the girls have like those face pads that you wash your face with. They seem to be getting all over the bathroom, even in the clean state. So that's not cool. And so I want to get that done here. And so we're going to make these like apothecary jars. So we could just leave them sit out so that they're, in disguise, right? Pretty in disguise. And then this one, like I said, I've been using this for 2 years for Christmas. I got it for like, I think 75 cents for Christmas. And I pasted this. I know that I pasted this. So all I have to do is get it wet, scrape it, and it's going to come off. I'm kind of sad because I really like that little candy cane, and it's a really old transfer. But we can always put it back on. I'm going to do this one in chalk. So this is going to be the first one I do. And then this one, because my daughter keeps emptying out all the containers down below, and that's fine. She's not been feeling good, so she's been digging around for things. But seems like ever since for about the last month or so, the Epsom salt has just been sitting out on the counter in a bag that's open, because every time she put it back in, it would spill. And anyway, it's just a big thing. So I thought I could make a pretty jar to put the Epsom salt in. and just leave it sit out. And honestly, even if like we have tile floors, so you know it's a risk, right? To put glass in with teenagers, but if it breaks, it's okay. It was $75. And this is the little lid that came with it, but and I don't think it was made for it. But don't hesitate to like try to match up things, but I think it's kind of cute. I don't really think it's the exact fit, but it works and it will cover my Epsom salts when we get done with it. So this one we're going to do in chalk, and the other one we are going to do some etching. So if you've been on the edge of your seat, I know my friend Kathy here has been requesting that I do some etching. I'm going to go ahead and do that after we do the chalking. So, and this was just like sitting in the back room, all piled up in all kinds of junk. And we went through some things this weekend and I found it. So we're gonna do 2 jars for the bathroom. So, and I think this is the transfer I want to use. This says it is vintage labels and crowns, and they are so cute. I had to get it because, of course, we have, you know, Second Princess Lydia in our house for the Idaho County Fair. And I figured I am definitely going to be using some of these little crowns for things over the year. And so it's pretty cute. It's got the vintage looking crowns up on the top. And then what does this say? Le Grand Patisserie in Paris. This one says Royal Honey, finest quality, 1803, established 1803. That's this one over here. This one says Eau de Lavender, Paris. And my French is not great, so please. It says perfume and Boule de Flores. So I figured this one's kind of short and squatty, so this one says Fabric Special Cordon de Montreuil. I think it's a price, 72 Rue de, or maybe an address in Paris. So I might use that one on that one with a smaller one of the crowns on this small jar. And then I think we're going to try this Eau de Lavender. Lavender, I don't know. It should be have an R, right, in English, but it's not. It's French. So we're going to start out by just getting this out, and we're going to start with this jar. I wanted to make this one in black chalk because I think it will look really good with black chalk. It'll contrast with the Epsom salts. And of course, before we start, we want to get this one fuzzed. So I'm going to keep it really simple. I'm just going to use black paste or black velvet paste. I love to use the black velvet. I use it a lot. And I just want it to look like they were, you know, antique jars sitting in my bathroom. I could do the etching on it, but like I said, I kind of wanted to show on the white paste or on the white, because we're doing glass, I'm going to fuzz this quite a bit. This is a brand new transfer. And if it sticks too hard to your glass, what it'll do is it'll peel that teal part away, which you want the teal part because that's keeping it, that masks it, sort of like using a stencil. And so you just want it to be really good and fuzzed up for your use. All right, we're going to go ahead and get that out of the way. It does also catch some fuzz, but let's see what we can do here. This one actually has a little crown on it too, so I think this is going to be just adorable. Now, when working with round surfaces like this, it does take a little bit of maneuvering to get it to go correctly. So you just sort of start with the middle. I might just take this. I do have to say one thing. This jar is a little bit on the fragile side. It's a little bit fragile, so I think I'm going to move it up more. And you could put the backing under the top portion so it's not all kind of getting in the way, but for now I'm going to see if I can get it placed. And you just want to work it so that there are no bubbles, no creases, and all the air is worked out underneath it. The nice thing about these new ones is you can really, this new transfer company we have, you can really see where the bubbles are, where it's being placed, how it's going to look. I'm hoping I haven't overthought this, over established, like made something too difficult to make. So I just sort of started the middle and keep pulling up until I can get it kind of curved around. That's a nice thing. This is a silk transfer. It's reusable over and over and over. No having to like weed it and take it off and throw it away. I mean, so much waste when you use, make your own transfers. This one, you buy it, you can use it up to 12 times to make your items. I know I was a little later tonight, so I apologize if you were wanting to see me live. I apologize if you're watching this on the replay because I had 4-H. The girls had 4-H this evening, so that was fun, but of course it's like right at kind of the time I usually get on. Boy, this is not going to be easy. I did think about cutting these out, and you could do that if you were worried about, I might still do that. I don't know. Worried about having multiple things, but we're going to do the chalk first so that we don't have the chemical on there from the etching, because I am going to be using the etching cream for the other jar. I don't know. Am I in the right place? That would be the question. It just seems weird that nobody's in here. Make sure you say hello. And if you are on YouTube, make sure you subscribe and do all the things for me. Here's the live chat. That helps me out. It's not just about buying. It's just, it's good to have people supporting. Know that there's somebody out there. So this is just going to take a little bit. I'll just keep talking, I guess. Whoever keeps going into my page, could you tell me, am I on Prairie Scraps? I think I am. This has a nice little bee here too, a bumblebee. This has got a lot of fine detail, something you could never get with a stencil, I don't think, anyway. I am yet to see you, and I'm just gonna keep working around it and trying to get as many of the bubbles out as I can. This might be a challenge. This round of a container may not be the best, like first project. If you've never done chalk couture before, I would highly suggest doing one of our fun kits. We have great chalk made kits. So, and if you were watching, some of the things that were out last week have been replenished. Boy, this bottom portion, I may not get it in the right place. It's just, this is a difficult edge. This side I have pretty good. I might just start and do kind of one side and then work the other side. Feels a little warmer tonight out here in the camper. We had a beautiful sunny day today. I was very thankful for that. But it feels like the weather is sort of hovering overhead. I don't know. It was kind of like cloudy this morning. How was your weather today? Excuse me. Oh my goodness. Whew. Maybe allergy season. It feels so good to finally get the Christmas put away. I'm sure y'all probably did yours a long time ago, but for me, it just looms there. It's like, oh my goodness, I don't want to do it. I don't want to have anything to do with it. I do not like packing up. I do not like taking out, but I enjoy having it decorated during the season. I enjoy all the decorations I have. I thought I was doing really good because I was numbering my boxes. So I do one of how many ever. And I thought I was, when I had Bethany count it, she counted 18. And then all of a sudden, when Dave came downstairs, it turned into 21. So I remember when we were living in Wisconsin, I had 24 boxes for Christmas. Well, I haven't done the numbering system for a while. I always go 1 of 24, 2 of 24, 3 of 24, whatever. So I knew how many there were total. So, but we had gone through and I had put all the labels on for 18 of them. I think I'm just going to go on one side and then peel it back. Whoops, I don't want to scratch it. I almost scratched it with my nail. I'm going to do one side and then peel it back and do the other side. Kind of press it down. Do this in stages and hopefully we won't make too much of a mess. But anyway, so I had gone through and done 1 of 18. I thought I was doing really good because I know when we moved here 12 years ago, we had 24. And I've been trying to kind of just purge what I'm not using. Admittedly, I may be adding decorations because I do a lot of Christmas decorations. But anyway, I thought I was doing better because I'm like 18. That's a whole like 6 of them I got rid of this year. So that was great. I thought I was doing great. And then Dave came down. He's like, no, there's 21. So I did get rid of 3, but it's not as good as 18. And then I had to go through because I put all new labels on all the Rubbermaids. And I had to go through and cross off the 8, put 21 instead of 18. So that was my... All right. Well, we're going to do this in portions, I think. All right, so stay with me. So this is what it looks like. I'm going to hold this up so you can see. It's pretty lumpy, pretty bubbly, but I'm just going to do this one little area right here and then peel it back and then work on the next area, getting it down. And we're just going to do little at a time and hope then that it'll turn out. So, of course, I could do something not so, not so big. Oops, and it might not work, and it might work a little better, but that would be just too easy. we gotta live on the edge a little, right? I'm just doing the parts that I know I've got down really nicely, and hopefully we can. The nice thing about doing chalk on, oops, I might have gone over that a little. Doing chalk on glass is that you can scrape it off if you mess it up, or you can wash it off completely. I'm just going to do this middle part because it's down pretty good. This part right here. You can mask it off in sections if you thought that would help you get it down better. I'm just trying to work quickly so it doesn't dry too much in the transfer, because sometimes if you get it dried too much, it will peel up when you peel it up. So, all right, we're going to peel to reveal here. See how we did. And I think this is going to be somewhat forgiving. Pretty. Pretty, pretty. Okay, isn't that pretty? I know it's hard. Whoop. Smear it right off the bat. Good job, Dory. Oh, and I really did. Look at, I smeared it terribly when I dropped it. Darn it. Goodness sakes. We're starting right off on a bad foot here. Well, take 2. That was frustrating. I dropped it. It looked so nice. And then I dropped it. I'm just tapping on this, and this isn't too wet. I'm actually, well, I'm going to wipe this side off because it's pretty bad. It was perfect before then. I might just take this bottom section off. My wipes are right down to the end, and they've definitely been left open a little too much because they're really dry. All right, I'm going to leave the top portion of this little fleur-de-lis here and just work on the bottom section here. See if I can fix that. Oh my goodness. So just to show you, I was trying to show you so it was up close. Oops, wrong way. Can you see I just did a portion of it and then I dropped it and smeared the bottom portion of it, but we can still fix it. I'm going to let it dry. What a mess. See, you never know. You might get a big mess from me. You just never know. If I could do this, anybody could do this, honestly, because I definitely make mistakes. I'm not a perfect crafter, and that's okay. This is craft therapy. Everything is okay. I just want to make sure this is nice and dry because I don't want to put it down and take it off again. All right, so now I think I'm going to go to the, oops, I've got my thumb in it. Nice job. And I'm making fingerprints now. That's the cool thing about even when you do ink on glass before you bake it, you can just kind of go through and fix anything that doesn't work out right. It's okay. You can scratch it off if you need to. Okay, we're working on this bottom part only because I made a mess. And this will make a mess now because I've got black paste on it. Our paste is washable, and so this is a project that even if you want your kids to do it, it's totally fine. All right, we're just going to do this outside edge where I just kind of made a mess one last time. And I'm just putting a small amount on, and then anything extra, I take it off, put it back in the jar, reuse it. And I did see over here my E did not totally get done on the O. That didn't go very well. All right, let's get that better. Come on. I'm definitely getting my fingerprints here. There we go. We got it. We got it. You can kind of see some. I'm going to get rid of this one because that is pretty black. Well, it's still kind of smeared out. I don't know. If I don't totally love it, I can always go back. I'm just kind of taking some edges off here. Nice and easy. And some fingerprints. More fingerprints. It's kind of smeary. I'm not too excited about that. We'll see how the other side goes. I may have to scratch away with it with one of the tools. Okay, we're going to do this Paris, right underneath. I'm definitely making a mess today. If you ever thought I was like the perfect crafter, you now know it's not true. And if I were to say what my recommendation would be, if you were going to do this project, I would go for more flat container. If you could get a flat sided, this one is really too round. So it's not working to my benefit. I could tell you that. Get the Paris here in the middle. And then that L still did not go very well. And I think, I don't know, I don't have this totally down well. So I may be making a mess all around. Yep, I did. This may not work. If you see, like, just to show you, it's smearing a lot more than I would like. Take that bottom one off. Yikers. This may take a couple of chances here. I'm also getting some of that now. I don't even know what that fleur-de-lis is supposed to look like. I've kind of smudged it pretty badly. Try to get this side maybe a little bit more. And That's the biggest thing that's happening. It's not smudging because it's a bad transfer. It's because it's on a circle and I'm trying hard to just get it down without the bubbles, but I'm not being successful. And I'm also not being very patient. I'm just trying to get it on there. There we go. Also, my paste is a little on the runny side because I think I added. Oops, that is slick. I bet I just smudged that. I am just smudging today. Smudge, smudge, smudge. Maybe I don't have the patience for this today. I don't know. Let me show you that. It's just, I don't know. It's not going great. Just wiping off the smudges I can get off. I thought by dotting it, it would go kind of come off, but actually what ended up happening was it like just made it look like it was a mistake. I don't know. It's looking a little better. Let me show you that. Can you see that? It's kind of hard to see. Oh, see, it looks kind of messy to me. I don't know if I'm making progress or not. All right, we're going to go for this top portion, and then we'll try to get the crown maybe. Anyway, I thought this would be a fun transfer to use like for different things for royalty this year as we are serving our county fair. Okay, that section turned out nice. Let me show you that. Oops. Oops. Not too bad. It's hard to tell because it's like fleur-de-lis. I do want to get this E down. It just doesn't look right. It looks like it's cut up. I'm going to try to wipe off some of it and see if that kind of activates it and then put some more paste on it. Maybe I can get it down better. Sometimes if it gets too gunked up, it won't go right. All right, so now we want this crown to be on here nicely. And of course, we can't smear the crown, right? It's got to be nice. Feels like my whole year this year is about the crown in a funny way, I guess. Just as it's a busy year. We have lots of parades. We have to totally take down and decorate a parade. We went shopping and got the dresses. Now we have to fix the dress because it's too immodest, in my opinion. And we're working on decorations for the float. I think the crown actually looks pretty good. Just going to work my way around and make sure I've got everything. The only other thing I don't have is the bottom. Look at how black my fingers are. Nice thing is if you can let it dry a little bit, it does like scratch right off. I think I want to try to get the bottom words down here. says like 15 rue something, some long thing. I hope they check their spelling on things with the French. I hope we don't just have random. There's a really pretty bee on here. There's some honey. A honey jar would be really cute in the kitchen. Like some sort of you could do crockery. Okay, that turned out pretty good. Now we'll get the rest of this word laid down here. It's a mean something. Just kind of adds. It doesn't really matter if we can't read it, right? Or if we don't know what it is. Oh my goodness, you guys, I've got paste everywhere today. Okay. That looks pretty good. All right. There we are so far. It is, I can see some heavy spots. I'm going to put this back on the backing. Always keep track of your backing so that you can set that up there. Ugh. Put it back on, and we're going to come back and we're going to do some etching cream yet. And hopefully that will turn out a little bit better. We've got a flat surface for that, so I think it should. I'm going to put this back away. I'm going to mix it up a little because we've got everything kind of, I think I added water. I should have stirred it before we started, but you know, I was excited. It's always exciting to get in crafting. My days, I'm just struggling getting, I don't know if you guys have noticed, but I've been kind of, for sure, I've been trying very hard to be on Monday nights live, and I've just been struggling getting in because Mondays have been working out, but Tuesday nights, I teach music. Wednesday nights, I teach music. Thursday nights, I have an hour and a half orchestra concert, and I homeschool all day. So I'm exhausted, and I just haven't been, I kind of come home and crash because orchestra takes everything out of me. It's a hard workout to play the bass. So I apologize. And then, you know, just stuff happens on the weekends. By the weekend, I'm ready to crash. And this weekend, we were like, I got to get this stuff. I am just making a mess with black today. We're going to try to get this off a little bit. Not on my hands, preferably. So I'm going to move on to a new. I've definitely made a mess today. Okay, we're finally done with that dry one, thankfully. Let's start a new. Wipes. And keep it shut. That one didn't, right from the get-go, that one did not close. My wipes didn't close. So one of my downline is a neighbor, and I had her come over today and showed her how to make some bows. So that was kind of fun to hang out and see. Because most of all, this crafting thing has brought lots of new friends, and I really love the fact that I'm close enough to one of my downline to have some fun. If you are local in Grangeville, Idaho, and would like to come to a vintage truck craft night, we're actually doing one Friday and Sunday, so either one is fine. You don't have to pick both, just pick one. And you can come and make a changeable vintage truck stand-up, little wood one. It's really cute, so let me know. Put truck down below if you are interested in more information on that. I'd be happy to get that out to you. Just trying to get my black out of here. And in the meantime, my jar is drying up a little bit, so that'll be helpful because I can scratch away at it. I'll show you how I'm going to do that because the glass just scratches right off. It's easy. Nice thing is if you do make mistakes, you can fix them. So let's take a look here. That Paris P kind of was big. And, you know, like if you have little kids, this might not be the best way to have something decorated. Well, first of all, you probably do not want to, I'm going to take off some of this crown here. Try to line up here so it doesn't look odd. if you have little kids, you know, obviously a glass jar in your bathroom sitting out, it's not the thing. It may not be the thing. I'll let you know. May not be the thing for teenagers either. You know, they can be clumsy, and that's okay. Like I said, this for me is not an expensive endeavor at this point. 75 cents for this, and I've already used it for Christmas for candy canes at our hot cocoa bar. So it's definitely gotten its use around my house. And I'm just lightly scratching here and trying to make it lighten up, make it look like it is underneath it. I don't know. I'm not a great artist. I'm not even very creative, so I apologize if this is too simple. But I like to make, you know, I like to help people find crafts that you can do, that anybody can do, right? I'm just kind of, don't think it goes out that far, honestly. I don't know how far out it goes. Just trying to make it so it doesn't look all like I smudged it, like I really did. Just trying to make it blend in a little bit so it's not so. I think a little imperfection is good. It's sort of made to be like, you know, a Victorian type of label. What did I say? This is called the labels and vintage label. You know, it's supposed to look vintage. So, you know, vintage isn't perfect. I tell you what, that's the one nice thing about having a vintage Airstream. We have a couple of them here. It's so nice because nothing is perfect. Trust me, we go out camping, nothing, absolutely nothing goes perfectly. It's all right. And it's all right because it's vintage. We just keep saying it's vintage. And now, as I'm getting older, I'm starting to feel vintage. So I'm definitely not perfect either, right? I just get all these little extras. Well, I don't think this was supposed to be there, but I don't think I got everything that was supposed to go with it. All right. I think we're doing pretty good here. I'm just trying to make it look even from side to side. We started today with my 17-year-old. We were reading about Pearl Harbor today. That was interesting. I mean, I know I've studied it before. So anyway, I think they're inside watching Pearl Harbor, the movie. My husband's like, that's not history. I'm like, no, but it's fun for her and she'll remember, right? She'll remember certain facts about it. But I didn't know that America like re-raised of all the ships that were blown up, you know, or attacked on Pearl Harbor Day. We put all of them but 3 back to service for the war. Isn't that cool? All right, so there it is. What do you guys think? It's not perfect, but I think it'll be perfectly imperfect, right? Okay, so I'm going to put that one. I'm going to put, I'll take a picture later, so stay tuned. I want to put that one in my bathroom. I need to get my black all closed up here. That would not be good to leave that open. You want to close up your pace as much as you possibly can. Okay, where? I guess we're onto this. We are going to use our Armor Etch glass etching cream. And always use it near water. It says dilute with water and rubber gloves. Rinse empty container with water before discarding. Well, I don't have water. I have a spray bottle. So bear with me. Okay, so this, which way is the front? I think this is going to be the front here. I'm going to do this side. This got, I don't know what spilled in that back room. And this is the funny thing. This works out really nice. I might do a couple more because I think I have about 4 of these. I don't know. Some project gone awry. Who knows? Okay, so you know we already did the black part. We're going to do a different part of this bottom part here. Maybe I can't get. It says Fabrique Special de Cordon de Montre. I may not be able to get Oops, that's too far one way. And a little on the crooked side. I'm not going to be able to get... Oh, geez. Maybe I'll put the lid back on. Just get it out of the way. I thought it would help me to have it off. I was hoping to get like one of the little crowns on there too, but I guess not. Thought my daughter would appreciate that. Oh, I think it's going to be in the way if I get it all the way down. Okay. Oh, I see a piece of fuzz back there. You don't want the chunks of fuzz in there because that does cause little bumps. Okay, goodness. It's still very sticky. All that fuzzing. The first time you use it, you want to fuzz it. Okay. I did think about cutting these apart, but I don't like to cut them. It doesn't have, you know, it's nice to have them all together. But it does kind of have a leaf there. All right, so I'm just going to do this part. Okay, what does it say? Because I haven't used this one. Apply armor etch stencil to the clean, dry, etchable glass object. Brush on a thick layer of armor etch and wait 1 to 3 minutes. And then running water, rinse off. And I'm telling you, the last time I did it, doesn't say when to any armor stencil. Armor etch, wait 1 to 3 minutes. Cream and removes. Oh, it says to wash it off first and then take it off. That's interesting. Okay. We're going to open it up. Like I said, I can help you with this if this is something you want. I'm just going to use a brush to do this. I'm going to stick the brush right in the top of the armor etch. And this is like full to the top. If you've ever gotten things and they weren't full to the top, we do want a thick amount. Then we'll be waiting a couple minutes. Oops, I don't have that down. And I'm not using gloves. Shame on me. Do as I say, not as I do. You know, do. This jar of armor etch is really going to last a long time. I'm going to tell you that. Oops, I don't want the crown done. I did sort of think about the possibility of taping it off. Tape it off if you're any bit afraid. I want to make sure it's thick enough that it's going to not, you know, tape it off if you think you're going to go over. That is kind of fun, actually. And you can scrape off the, you know, the excess and put it back in your jar, but I'm telling you, this is not, I don't have it on, I mean, I have it on there thick, but not really super thick. I'm sorry you can't see this. Oops. That's what it looks like. Just have it on that spot. You could tape off where that leaf is, and then obviously where the crown is too, because I'm obviously going, ooh, I wonder if I could put, ooh, that would be cool. Put a little armor etch, the crown on the top of the lid. That would be fun. So anyway, I think they're in there watching the Pearl Harbor movie. I did find a really educational one, like a minute by minute or hour by hour type of thing about Pearl Harbor on Netflix, but I was trying really hard. You know, I think she's going to appreciate, you know, my husband's like, it's a romance, the Pearl Harbor movie. I'm like, I know, but it's fun. It's a must-see movie, isn't it? A must-see movie, I think. That goes way out here. So this does not harm the transfer at all. You shouldn't put it on your hands. You should use gloves. I have them sitting here. That's the thing, right? I have them sitting here. I will put them on to clean it off. So far, I haven't touched it on my hands whatsoever, I promise. I have 2 left hands. 3 left hands. How does that happen? I have 3 left-hand gloves in my camper. I do not know how. Don't ask me. I'm going to use my left hand to clean it. Okay, I think that's been enough. So I am going to just go ahead and use a wipe to wipe it off the transfer. And then it says take the transfer off. I think that's what it said. Okay, brush it on. Wait 1 to 3 minutes. Use running water. Rinse off the armor etch cream and remove the stencil. So I'm not going to do the rinsing the water, but I'm going to do this. And then I will also rinse my transfer again when I do the rest. Well, see how I did not use my hand. Is covered with the glove. I do that all the time. I'm like actually more cautious if I don't. It worked. Woohoo. Ooh, I love that. Look it. Let me get that on here. Let me get that towel so you can see it better. That is the one thing. If you want to see your projects better, you can use a lacquer pen over that. Isn't that beautiful? It is so good. Let me put it nice and close. I think you can see it. Isn't that good? So pretty. And that's etched on there. That will not come off. You can go ahead and I'm going to throw that away before I stick my fingers in that armor all. You can go ahead and use this, you know, in the dishwasher, whatever. It is permanently etched into your glass. And it will freak you out when you go like this. Because look at when I wipe it, it goes away. So, but it is there. So it will come back. And then, like I said, I had a lacquer pencil. I don't know where it went. I think it'll come back. I just wiped it off. But if you use a lacquer pencil, you can go right over it. And actually, I should try this. I think I heard this is just like totally. I think that you can use our Dixie Belle gilding wax on it. And I'm going to try it because I think that's what I heard. Now, see, now once I wiped off the cream, it's very light. And like I said, I do have a lacquer pencil. I just don't know where it is. There. I'm so organized. I know you guys are shocked. I know I have it here handy. Do you guys ever do that? Like put things away and you're like, this is a good place to put this because it won't, you know, I'll be able to find it later. And then you're like, I have no idea where it went. Yep, that's happening to me right now. Okay. I want to try that. I'm going to try it on the lid. I'm going to do the lid first and then we'll come back. I think I heard you can use the gilding cream to bring it out. So I'm going to do a little crown on the lid, but I want it to be facing. I think this one is the perfect size. This one might have been the better size, but we've already put chalk in there and I don't know. I don't want to put. I'm kind of excited about this little project here. Okay, so I'm putting that transfer on there. No bubbles left. You see it? There's the crown upside down. And then we're going to use that gilding or that armor etch again, just on the crown. If you are afraid of, you should use gloves. I'm not lying about that. You should use gloves. And then you wait a minute, 1 to 3 minutes. And it etches permanently. So this will be a permanent etch on there. I don't know where my... Oh, that's my... I'm going to have to really look around because I know I didn't get rid of it. It was like a little pencil I got that was for this. So while that is kind of curing up, I'm going to try not to move it off. Try not to get it everywhere. Ooh, I like it. See, now it dried. You can see it a little bit better. I think you can see it. It's etched on there permanently. Trying to get that camera to see it. No, it's kind of blurry. I apologize for that. But I am going to use the gilding wax. Let's see. The bad thing about the wax is I'm going to use this. It looks like one of my girls taped the brush handle. Do you guys have that happen like in paintbrushes where the tops come off? So this gilding wax is very strong smelling. Ooh, that is different. This may not be a strong enough brush. I don't know if there's... Woo! It kind of smells like turpentine. Because this is nothing that, this is something we're going to use in the bathroom. I'm thinking it's going to work out just fine. I don't know. You definitely need, I thought I was going to need a whole lot more, and I definitely do not. That is, I almost need like a dry, use my wax towel. I need to get it off. This is all an experiment, so I'm going to show you what I did. I don't know if it's the right way to do it, but I thought I saw that you could use the gilding wax to bring it out. That was way too much on my... I don't know if that brought it about or not. Maybe not. I think I need to get this off here before I finish that. Okay. We're going to wipe this off first. You should run it underwater. Follow the directions. And then peel it back and put this on. Be very careful. I'm not touching it at all. There it is. Can you see it? Isn't that cute? Little crown. And I'm actually going to wash that because I also know that still has some of that cream on there. So I'm going to wash that off. That's why you want to do it under water, running water. And then I'm going to throw that away so I don't get into it. So we don't want to do that. Then let's take a look here. Here's the gilding. You can kind of see it, like it's also gilded. Oh, I know. I've got paper towel. I want something dry. I don't want to put water on the wax. Oh, that's interesting. I don't know. I don't think that's what I had in mind. Do you see it's kind of got like a gold? I colored the whole thing gold, but you can see it. Let me see. Sorry. Do you see it? I don't know. I don't know what I think about that. It would be better if it just sort of stayed only on the etching part. But it seems like it's kind of a... I don't know if it... because it dried. I think I'm finding if you wash too hard on it, I don't know. It's kind of like, it is a wax product, so it should, in theory, come off, right? If you wax on, wax off. I don't know. It's pretty on there. I don't know if that was exactly what I was going for, but it's an experiment. I thought, like I said, I thought in passing, I had kind of seen then that was something you could do to bring it out. I think I'm going to be, let's see, a little better. Oh, that worked much better. See, I shouldn't have let it dry on there. Do you see it? That is way better. So that's the key. Like kind of put it on there and don't let the wax dry. It just brings it out a little bit more. It's a little goldish. I don't know. It kind of makes it look old. That's for sure. I kind of ran, you could see where I ran like my finger nail through it a little bit. And I don't know. It's maybe a little too aggressive with it on there. I'm going to shut this, that's for sure. Try to get as much back in there as I can. This is very smelly, but effective. Set that over there. It's a handy little thing. Handy little thing. Kind of exciting. All right. You can see it there, but it does look like I like the look of this much better. So put it on really quick and then wipe it off. And that's how you get the gold gilding on the lid. All right. Well, thank you so much for joining me this evening. And I appreciate you hanging out with me. If you're watching on the replay, put hashtag replay. There have been lots of refills on things that were had gone very fast on the new launches. Tomorrow, February 6th, is going to be the launch of another new group of products. So make sure you check it out. And I'm trying to think what else. Oh, what else? There's something. Oh, and if you're local and you want to do a craft night, come in, or craft afternoon, Sunday afternoon, come let me know or message me and get the details from me. I have just gilded everything in here. Never fear, I'm gilding everything. I feel like this is a dangerous product for me. And I think that's it. Thank you so much for joining, and make sure that you have a very blessed evening and keep on crafting.